Here we have for sale our 2017 on a 67 plate Citroen Dispatch Enterprise Plus. This is the 2-litre blue HDI, 120 brake horsepower. This is the Dispatch M, so this is actually the medium wheelbase one. You can get these in a compact and an extra long as well. It is Euro 6. What we're going to do in this video is have a little walk around. I'll show you the spec that you get on an Enterprise Plus, and we'll also talk you through a little bit about the condition as well, seeing as it is now available for sale. So starting here at the rear of the vehicle, we can see that we've got the rear barn doors. What I mean by that are two doors which open like so. On an Enterprise Plus, you get a number of elements which are color coded, so things like the door handles, the rear bumper there, which you can see has got the integrated rear parking sensors, and very neatly integrated there just above the number plate. I don't know if you can see that. There is a reversing camera just there as well. So very, very nice spec on these. If we open up the rear barn doors, we can have a look at the load area here. So opening up this near side one first, you'll see you've got these little yellow handles here. If you pull on that yellow handle, you can then open that door up to its 180 degree position like so. For maximum accessibility, you can do exactly the same with the other door, or it will alternatively just lock in place there at 90 degrees. But here you can see the condition here in the back, which is very, very good indeed. Of course, it is used. It is a used commercial vehicle at the end of the day, but it is clearly apparent that this vehicle has not had a hard life or done any heavy work whatsoever. You can also see that it has got the factory fitted bulkhead. It has got the load through hatch there, and I'll show you that in just a second how that works as well. And we have got twin side loading doors on this van. So you've got one on the passenger side, which is where you would normally find it. We've also got one on the driver's side as well. The Enterprise Plus also comes with these very nice 17-inch alloy wheels, which I think really set it off nicely. And as I mentioned, a number of elements which are color coded. So you get these trims here which are color coded in the body color, also the door handles, the wing mirrors, and the front bumper as well. So all things considered, it looks a lot smarter of a vehicle than just your standard Dispatch Enterprise. As we move around to the front, as I say, on that color-coded front bumper, you also have integrated front parking sensors, which are neatly hidden there in the front bumper. And crucially, you've also got these lovely LED strip daytime running lights as well on both sides. Not sure if that's really picking up in the camera, but that is, it does look very, very smart in person. This nice daytime running light there on either side. In terms of condition, I'm just catching, unfortunately, a break between showers, so the bodywork is a little bit wet at the moment. So unfortunately, I can't show you maybe in as much detail as I would like, but I have seen this vehicle, of course, in the dry when I was doing the pictures as well, and it is in very, very nice condition, as you would expect on a vehicle of this sort of mileage. If I'm being very critical, there are a couple of little marks just on the very edge of a couple of the wheels. Otherwise, it's very, very difficult to fault. Looking down the side of the vehicle, even though, as I say, it's wet, you can see if there was any dents or ripples or anything like that, and it's all exceptionally straight down both sides. The front part of the van doesn't look to be excessively stone chipped or anything like that. All in very good order, no scuffs or scrapes, anything along those lines whatsoever. And again, looking down the driver's side, no dents or ripples, anything there, all in lovely order. If we open up the driver's door, we can have a look inside the cab, because it's a fantastic spec inside the cab on these vans. So we've got electric windows, we've got electric mirrors. You can see that we've got two full remote keys for the vehicle. You can see that we've got a lovely multi-functioning steering wheel. So on the left-hand side here, we've got buttons to control the volume of the radio. On the right-hand side, again, you can control the onboard computer. You can answer and hang up the phone, so you've got Bluetooth phone prep as well. If we have a look at the driver's seat, we've got plenty of adjustability here. So we've got height adjustability for the backrest. We've also got a lovely driver's armrest there, which is on a ratchet, so you can set that to your desired height. It's a sort of half, I can't call it leather, because it's not real leather, but it's a kind of half leather trim in the front of the van, and the condition of these seats, well, you can't really fault them. They're all in lovely order, no tears, cigarette burns, rips, anything like that, all in lovely order throughout. If we jump in, so we can continue to have a look at some of the spec here. So the vehicle is running at the moment, and you can see there that it's all idling correctly. There's no warning lights or anything like that on the dashboard. You do have here, by the looks of it, a sort of a blind spot monitor system on the van. You've also got auto-activated lights and auto-activated wipers. And then if we turn the steering wheel to the left-hand side there, you can see that we've got cruise control there as well. Plenty of spec up front there. We've got air conditioning here, which is, again, one of the more crucial pieces of spec that you get on an Enterprise. And as you can see here, that we have some USB ports as well around the vehicle, and a 12-volt socket just there. And now you can see that I have got an iPhone plugged into the USB port, and the reason I've done that is to show you that this van has got Apple Carplay. And anyone not familiar with Apple Carplay, basically it gives you a lot of usability in terms of a multimedia interface. So you have things like your Apple Music on here, your actual Apple Maps. So you've got a full, very intuitive sat-nav system built in when you're using that. If we go on to the next page, you can even use Google Maps if you don't like the Apple Maps. Spotify, you can listen and compose WhatsApp messages as well. You can listen to podcasts. Lots and lots of usability on here, and of course you can use the phone system as well. But as I say, it's just a very usable system, and it's a lot closer to what it's like actually having your phone, to be able to use your phone in the van. Even if you don't have an iPhone, you have, I believe, got Android Auto on here as well. But you do have the inbuilt sat-nav. So if you would prefer to use that, you've actually got that already in the van. And then if we go to the music section here, you can see that we've got DAB radio there as well. So a fantastic spec on the inside of these vans. I just want to show you as well, as I say, we've got some storage here underneath the passenger seat, and I'll just quickly go around to the passenger side there and show you the load through hatch as well, because that is very interesting. If you've got any longer loads that you'd like to put in the back of the van, if I open up the side loading door here, this gives you, I say, a nice aspect then to have another look at the condition here. On the bulkhead, you've got this hatch here. If you turn the little yellow dial just there, you can drop that hatch down. And then if you open up the front of the van here, you'll see at the bottom there is this little blue tab. If you pull on that tab, you can then lift the seat up. It's on a nice little hydraulic arm, and then that allows you then to load all the way through from the rear of the vehicle right into the passenger footwell. So all the way through to here, you can get, as I say, a really good load length. So even though it's what I would class as a medium-sized van, you have the load length of a much, much larger van. Very, very unique, and as I say, I think a great, clever use of the space on these models. It is, as I mentioned at the start of the video, this van is Euro 6, so that means you can take this vehicle into the ultra low emissions zone areas without having to pay the ultra low emissions zone charge relating to those areas, and I believe there is talks of those areas expanding into different areas of the UK, not just in central London. But a very unique van, as it's we don't get many of these with this sort of spec on it. Fantastic mileage, as you'll see in the advert, and as you can see on the Speedo, only 18,738 miles. Condition is very good, as I say. If I'm being very, very critical, a couple of little marks on the alloy wheels, which are to be expected, but otherwise all in fantastic order. And I believe we have got service history as well, with 2 services previously carried out on this van. If you'd like to inquire, please feel free to give us a call on either of the numbers listed there. We'll be happy to answer any questions you may have on this van. We can also arrange finance at very competitive rates, starting as low as 7.9% APR, and we can also take cars or vans in part exchange as well. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you very much for watching.